Y'all, I cannot even believe what we woke up to find this morning. It has actually snowed in Georgia. And my kids are so happy because they have never actually seen snow physically. They've never touched it, they've never played in it, so they are just over the moon. But yes, y'all, snow in Georgia. Ooh, it's cold too. Hey y'all, welcome back. This is your girl Darlena, aka Chula. Welcome to Hooked on Houseplants. All right, y'all. So, your girl got some new plants. New year, new plants. Yes. Okay. Plus, I got to keep up with some of y'all. Just kidding. All right. So, I am trying to think of where to start off first. It's like we get so excited when we get new plants, don't we? Okay. The first one that I am going to show you is a philodendron red heart. Now, I know I said that I was probably not going to get any more philodendron just because the ones that I have are huge. And philodendron are notorious for sizing up. But from what I have seen, I don't think that this one gets that big. Okay, and I really like, I'm gonna post a picture of what this plant looks like as it matures. Is really gorgeous. Like in the center of the leaf, it gets a deep red color, hence the name Red Heart. And I just thought it was a really beautiful plant. I got a starter plant, so it's not that big, and hopefully it won't get that big. But yes, this is the first one. And let me know down in the comments if any of you have this plant or if this plant is on your radar. I have seen this plant on one other YouTuber's video. I haven't seen it around that much, but you know, when I'm shopping and perusing and looking for plants, I kept seeing this one and I'm like, wow, that is a gorgeous plant. So yes, I'm looking forward to growing this plant, Philodendron Red Heart. Oh, by the way, y'all, that snow that we got, like, I just cannot believe that we got snow. It has been years since it has snowed in my neck of the woods in Georgia. I live in, I'm kind of like in the southeast, not southeast, northeast part of Georgia. And so we really don't get that much snow here. And yes, this past Thursday, this past Friday, we woke up and it was like, what? Like, we could not believe that it snowed. I mean, you know, they said it was going to, but you know, sometimes they'll say it and you might get like a little light dusting, but no. As you saw, this was some snow. And like I said, my girls, they were like, Mommy, Daddy, we gotta go out in the snow. We gotta go out in the snow. So, of course, you know, I sent my husband to take the girls out there and they got to have fun in the snow. So I was happy for them. Now, I am not from Georgia, so I'm from Ohio. So I am very, very used to snow. Okay, and I don't particularly care for it. That is one of the reasons why we moved to Georgia, is to get away from the colder weather up north. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, the next plant that I got, I really, really love this plant because I looked in my collection and I realized that I don't have any neon plants. Now, I did have a neon pothos, but I did sell that one. And if you watched my last video, which was the video before last, my second houseplant tour, I did show a cutting that I still have of that neon pothos. I also, I don't know if I told you all, but I no longer have my Philodendron painted lady. I let y'all know that she was already on her last leg. It was her third strike. She's out of here. This year, I'm not doing it with these plants that keep rotting over and over again, giving me problems. 3 strikes, they are out the door. So I no longer have that one. And so I did want a neon plant in my collection. So this is what I got. This is a Philodendron warscewiczii.
What?
Yes, warscewiczii.
What?
Didn't I just say warscewiczii? You heard me the first time.
What?
Don't act. Do you want me to slap you? I tell y'all, these editing people, you know, they be coming out of their place. Sometimes you gotta put them back in their place. But anyway, I will put the name on the screen. I believe that I pronounced it correctly, but I'll put the name on the screen. But anyway, this is a beautiful plant, y'all. I don't know. It's just so, I just love the color. It's so bright and cheerful, isn't it? This is another plant that I don't see in too many collections, but I'm gonna put a picture of the screen of what a mature version of this plant looks like. It kind of puts you in the mind of a some type of finger-like philodendron. Not exactly like the Mayo eye, maybe just a little bit. But once the leaf matures, it kind of gets those, is it called serrations, or gets kind of finger-like? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But now this one does have more of a tendency than the red heart, I believe, to size up. But I still, when I Googled this plant, I didn't see a lot of really large versions of this plant. So if any of you all have this plant and it has sized up, let me know. But I don't think it gets that big. But anyway, I think it's gorgeous. I just love that color. So pretty, that golden neon color. Okay, so that is plant number 2. Surprisingly, y'all, I have quite a few Calathea, which I never thought I would have, but I am loving Calathea right now. So this next one, okay, I'm just gonna tell y'all that if you remember, I used to have a Calathea orbifolia. Actually, in a few videos back, I actually showcased that particular plant. Well, she is no more. I no longer have the orbifolia because I was really struggling with that plant. It kept getting some type of fungal issue going on the leaves. And it just looked really, I didn't like the way the leaves were looking, and I didn't like the fact that I had to keep treating this plant over and over, so I just got rid of it. So I no longer have that one. But I really love the Orbifolia, but I wanted to try something different that I don't see in a lot of others' collections that is similar to the Orbifolia. And it is the fasciata, the Calathea fasciata. And as you can see, it has kind of the same texture on the leaves as the Orbifolia, but obviously is darker. The leaves are darker. But this is another plant that I see quite frequently, and it just kept catching my eye, and so finally I decided to get it. Now this is actually two little starter plants that I potted up together because I want a full plant, and I also have it in just a moisture retentive but also well draining potting mix. This is actually just straight up a Fox Farm Ocean Forest. As you know, with Calathea, they like to be consistently moist. They do not like to dry out. But at the same time, the media has to be well draining. So that is why I like Fox Farm. No, they're not sponsoring me, but maybe they need to. And so I really like Fox Farm. To me, it is like really high quality potting soil. So anyway, that's what I have this one in, as well as self-watering, because you know Calathea, like I said, they like their water. So yes, this is the Calathea fasciata, and I want to tell you all, I'm going to insert some pictures, but I got these three that I've shown you thus far. I have gotten them from a cute little shop. They're on Etsy, but they also have their own website, and they're called Collective Plants. No, they're not sponsoring, but again, maybe they should. I've gotten quite a few plants from them. Their plants thus far, everything I have ever ordered from this company has been high quality. I will actually insert some pictures of how the plants came, the boxes that they were in. I was really impressed. I've really been impressed with this particular company. And I like the fact that they sell a lot of, they do have choices where you can get like 2-inch, 4-inch, or 6-inch. But I like the fact that they have a lot of the smaller starter plants at a very reasonable price. So yes, I got these three from Collective Plants. Okay, so moving right along is this. Now in my plant tour, I did show this plant, but I want to give her a proper introduction because you know these Calatheas can be divas, and you know I don't want to offend them. You know, I want them to feel welcome, so they'll grow right in my care. But this is the Golden Goddess. Why do I keep saying Golden Goddess? The Green Goddess, Calathea Green Goddess. I actually got this from Lowe's, if I'm not mistaken. And it is, no, you know what? I did not get this from Lowe's. I think my husband got this for me from Ace Hardware, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, very beautiful plant, very healthy. It came full like this. It came in a self-watering pot. I actually just watered it because it's very thirsty, very thirsty. So, yep, this is the Calathea Green Goddess. And yes, I use either distilled or purified water. I prefer distilled water with my Calathea, but you know, sometimes you run out and you just got to use what you have. But You know, I'm not that crazy where I would use tap water. I like to use distilled or purified water with my Calathea. Okay. Next up, you also saw this one in my plant tour, but what I have been doing lately is, if I especially like a plant and is not full enough, because I like my plants to be full, y'all. I don't like the whole long stalk and then all the party up at the top, you know, like a palm tree. No, I don't really like that look. So I already had one of these, but it was kind of, it came to me in good condition, but it was kind of like leggy looking, and I didn't like that. So I ordered another super, I have seen this called White Joy as well as Super White Aglaonema. So I ordered another one and I combined the two plants to give it a fuller look. But I just love the look of these leaves. And one nice thing about this plant is, even though the leaves are white, they don't brown. They do not brown. So very beautiful plant. The Aglaonema, I'm gonna call it Super White because that is what it was sold to me as. Okay. So another example of a leggy plant that I don't care for is this Spathanema, Aglaonema spathanema. I've also seen it called Rio. So this is the one that I already had, and I got another one. So this is the one that I just recently acquired. I got it a couple of days ago. Same plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot them up together to give it a more full look, because I really like this plant, but I can tell that it's going to be on the leggy side and I don't like that. So yes, I'm going to pot them up together so they can look more gorgeous. What's up, girl? Hey, you. I'm just playing. But yes, I'm gonna put them together. All right. So the next plant that I have that is another example of this, of me combining two plants to make them look fuller. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be transparent, okay? I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, okay, remember a couple of videos back, I actually purchased a pinstripe Calathea. I don't know if you all remember, but I purchased it at the same time that I got my Calathea White Fusion, which surprisingly is still alive. But of course, I was doing too much. I took the plant right away out of soil and put it in pond. So the plant, you know, started to tank. You know, Calathea are more sensitive plants. It started to tank, so I took it out of soil and I put it in water. Had it in water for a couple of weeks, and then it started to go downhill. And so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna start over with this plant, and I'm just going to put it in Fox Farm soil and just leave it alone. Actually, I would have just left them in the soil that they came in, but I wanted to go ahead and just combine the plants and get them out of the way. So these are actually brand new. I ordered 2 Calathea pinstripe plants from Collective Plants. And so I've only had these about a week. And I potted them up together, like I said, in Fox Farm soil. They seem to be doing okay. I do notice that these fungus gnats, I do notice that this leaf is starting to curl. So I don't know what that is about. It could be that the temperature out here may be a little bit cooler than what this plant likes. So I need to do some research and see if that could be what the problem is, because it's definitely watered. So it might be that. But anyway, if anyone has this plant, let me know. If you have any care tips, suggestions on the Calathea pinstripe. To be honest, I don't see a lot of people with this plant. But if you have it and you have some care tips, hook your girl up. Let me know down in the comments what you do to keep this gorgeous plant looking gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, so next up is, let's see, trying to hurry up. This is another Calathea. I did show this in my plant tour video. I don't remember let's see, when I got this plant, I don't think it came with, big box stores, they'll just say Calathea, they're not gonna get specific, they're not gonna give details. So I still don't really know what kind it is. I know that it's not a medallion. I think it's some type of Rosiopicta. But what I really like about this particular one is, I don't know if you can see that red vein going down the middle. I just thought that was just so gorgeous and unique. But yeah, this is a newer Calathea as well. And this one is actually in the same substrate that it came in. So it's doing fine, so I'm not gonna leave it alone for right now. This leaf, you can see it a little better on. It's like red veination. Pretty plant. Okay, y'all, so last but not least, this has actually been a wish list plant. But you know how you go through periods where you're like, okay, I really want this plant, but then you kind of forget about it until you see it again and you're like, I still really want this plant. Well, that's what was happening with me, but I decided to bite the bullet and get it because I saw it on Etsy for a really good price. And it was either going to be this one or the Houseplants. But this is the one that I decided to go with. Another Philodendron. I know, what is wrong with me? But I think these, by the way, this is a esmeraldense. Philodendron esmeraldense. But I have always loved this plant. I like, I don't want to say strappy leaf plants, but just like the plants with the longer leaves to them. Like, I love the Espiritus Sancti. I love the way it has the elongated leaves, as well as my Villetier crossed with Atabapoense. I love the way the leaves are long. And so that's what caught my attention with this one. It's similar to the Patriciae, I believe, but I don't know, it's just something about the esmeraldense that just really just kept catching my eye. But this is the newest leaf. It's beginning to open up. and I still have it in the substrate that it came in. I did put some mosquito bits on top because I'm still having fungus gnat issue. These things get on my nerves, they're so annoying. But anyway, isn't she pretty? Oh, I look forward to growing this plant out. I think it's just so pretty. Let me know what y'all think. So that is it, y'all, for my plant haul. Thank you if you're still with me. I do want to throw something out there that I thought would be fun for us to do together. I'm gonna link this video above, but one of my earlier videos when I first started out, I made a video about plants that I don't have in my collection and why. So I'm gonna link that if you wanna go back and look at that video, check it out. But I mentioned several genuses of plants that I don't have or that I didn't have at that time and that I probably wouldn't ever get. Well, if you also remember, in my last video, I was talking about how it's nice to have plants as a hobby. And one of the things that I mentioned was the challenge, that a lot of us like to have a challenge. And I definitely like to challenge myself. And so I'll link that video up above too if you haven't seen it. But I said I'm gonna challenge myself. And I'm gonna go back to that video and I'm gonna let you all vote on which type of plant you would like to see me grow that I said that I probably would never get. So these are the options. Okay, obviously I have 2 anthurium now. That was on the list. I do have 2 anthurium. But another plant that I listed was the Philodendron verrucosum. And I mentioned the melanochrysum philodendron. I also mentioned ferns and I think any type of string ofs. Okay, so the only 2 that I'm willing to try, I don't want no string of nothing. So that's not gonna be an option, and neither is a fern. So your 2 options are, if you want to see me try to grow a philodendron melanochrysum or verrucosum. Okay, so based upon how many votes I get, that is the plant that I am going to choose to grow, because I feel like I am up to the challenge. So please let me know down in the comments if you want me to try to grow a Philodendron verrucosum or melanochrysum. All right? Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for coming back. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you enjoy this type of content, you already know, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I am also on Instagram if you want to check me out. I appreciate you all being here so much. Let me know down in the comments which one of these are your favorite plants that I have recently acquired, if you have a favorite. And also, don't forget to let me know down in the comments which difficult diva you want to see me grow, the melanochrysum or verrucosum. Okay, y'all? All right, you take care. Love you all. Thanks for coming back. Hooked on houseplants, y'all. Bye.